What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Scarlet and Great, Ohio State football with Scarlet and Great here on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. Johnny Bullet here. I know it's been a minute since I've been on. My apologies for that. It is getting close to football season. We are back at you, so please help us grow this channel, Buckeye fans. You guys have been awesome so far. We'd like a little more growth, a little more Scarlet and Great Army. So subscribe if you are a huge Buckeye fan. You want Buckeye content for free. Lots of laughs, lots of fun, lots of news, by the fans, for the fans type of show that we try to do a good job bringing you humor and a little bit of analysis. Also, on today's show, it's going to be a little bit different. We're not going to do a Notre Dame preview just yet, but this is something I think needs said before the season because I think a lot of people are going to be saying it further down the road, but I want to be first to say it, okay? So I want you guys to know we are going to talk about the university, well, that team up north, we'll call them. I'll probably slip up and say the M word at some point during the show. We're going to talk about their expectations, specifically in this video, why their expectations are really bad, why I'm here for it, why and how Jim Harbaugh has actually poised the University of you-know-who to be a failure for the next 5 years. He has set up the perfect storm to screw you guys over more, like we were telling you he was doing all along. And you started to believe it a little bit before last year. You were starting to believe he was done for. And he did just enough to hang around a little longer. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. So, guys, your opinion, please comment yes or no. Will University of win the game this year? Yes or no? Will that team up worth win the game? Why or no? Simple question. I think I know where most of you are going to lie. And all the angry Michigan fans that are going to be, oops, I said it, in the comments, fire away. You guys love to fire away at me and be wrong when I do these videos. Okay. Here we go. That team up north is coming off of huge success for them. But why? Think about why. I am not knocking. What did they do? They beat they slayed the dragon. They finally climbed Mount Columbus. They beat Ohio State, the Ohio State Buckeyes, in a game that they largely controlled the whole time and then pulled away late, even worse. It was a nice performance by them. Terrible performance by the Buckeyes. I get it. They won the Big Ten. They dominated Iowa pretty badly. All right. Great season, right? But let's put it in perspective. Why did they get where they were and how good were they really? Well, they still lost a little brother, okay? And you have to realize that was a generationally bad Ohio State defense with woes that you see in the defensive game. And I know you'll say, oh, no, but you guys had bad defense for 3 of the last 4 years. I get it, but this was terrifically awful. And I think maybe somebody said the youngest defense fielded in the last 25 years. So what they got is a perfect storm where on a year where they were okay, they were pretty good, that team up north. They were back to their pretty good stance, which is, I guess, upward trajectory because Harbaugh really had them trending downward. They were pretty good. The Ohio State defense was just terrible. They're just kind of taking advantage of the opportunity and then go dominating Iowa. And you say, no, they weren't just taking advantage of the opportunity. They were actually really good. And I say, not so fast. What did your eyes tell you in the playoffs? You saw the game, if you want to call it that. Did you say, man, the University of, the Wolverines have really fielded an awesome football team that's competitive here in the playoffs? They're a playoff team. No, what you saw was a team that was greatly outmatched. I'm not saying they didn't deserve to be there. They did their thing. They were the rightful pick to go on and be in the playoff. But were they building some kind of monster? What you saw on the field, that was just a team that won the Big Ten because the kings of the Big Ten just happened to be down. It was not a great team by any stretch. They got just manhandled. They looked like a mid-tier SEC team. Georgia just shoved them around. It was bad. Did you go, ooh, this offense looks innovative by new and improved Harbaugh when you watched that game? No, you didn't. Did you go, ooh, these athletes are really starting to pop? They might start owning the Big Ten. Harbaugh finally got his guys. No, that was not your reaction, not if you were honest. And let's put in perspective where we were heading into this year. Okay, let's back it up a couple years. Jim Harbaugh, 0-5 versus the Buckeyes. He came off of and the gap started getting wider. 2018, they were favored to beat the Buckeyes. They lost terribly. 2019, they go in and have the best game plan I've seen them had in a while. Different offense, yada, yada, yada. They actually came out attacking. But when it was all said and done, that beatdown was even worse. The gap started widening. So Jim Harbaugh's now what? 2015 loss, 16 loss, 17 loss, 18 loss, 19 loss, 0-5. Going into 2020, you guys know, all you honest Wolverine fans out there, the James Yoder types, you know what was happening. They were going to get demolished. So at his standing, sorry, the dog agrees with me. At his standing, he was it would be going to be 0-6 coming off of 3 blowouts. 0-6 coming off of 3 blowouts, and then heading into this year. That's really this past year. That's really what he was. That's really the status of things. Okay? But because you got saved the visual dismantling in 2020, because you got saved that beatdown in those optics, because you had COVID and every excuse going on, you got to kind of take a step back from reality. And then you rolled into this past season, 2021, where they were actually pretty good, right? But you can't go from 0-6, coming off of 3 blowouts, and then magically be the savior. No, what the Wolverines did was take advantage of an opportune moment, as they should have. But listen, you still got the same guy. You still got the guy that led you to 0-5, should have been 0-6. You still got the same guy where the quarterback didn't know who the best player on the other team on defense was of one of your rivals. You still got the guy that puts hot dogs in his pockets and walks around and eats them. But the thing is now, year 3, when we could tell he wasn't the guy, the Buckeye fans were saying he's not the guy. And guys, Team Up North fans were like, no, he just needs time. He needs his players. Blah, blah, blah. And then the beatdown started occurring in 18 and 19. And we said, see, told you all along. And you shifted from, well, he needs time, to Ohio State's cheating, to I think he might not be the guy. Guys, I talked to James Yoder about this. He said it on this show before. He kind of thought Harbaugh the game had passed him by and he was just not going to do great anymore. And then he took the pay cut and look at what we had last season. He's still the same guy. You just put lipstick on a pig. So this is what's happened. Now you believe in him again. And if they lose horribly this year, you've already proven you give him 5 years of excuses, maybe 6. You pretty much give him 6 built-in years before he has to show you anything. So all he's done is reset the clock, and I'm here for it. Michigan is going to look. They have the preseason polls don't seem to love them. I get it. You get JJ out there if he ends up starting. You get Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards. You got Ronnie Bell. You got some good players, but I don't trust the logo, man. I don't trust the man in the khakis. I don't know what he's going to do with them. Defense would probably be decent. They're going to be better on paper than most teams they play. But you're not getting there. He's not getting you over the hump. You're not elite anymore, and you can't expect it. You're the new Penn State as long as you got this guy. You can't expect the top-tier elitism. But you are going to, and you're going to hold out hope. So what Jim Harbaugh has done for the Wolverines is set them up for another half a decade plus of failure. And I'm loving it. Last year was what we needed. Because if last year we didn't have a hiccup, we whip him again, he probably gets canned maybe the next year. And then we'd have to deal with somebody that's actually a little bit innovative. Maybe a Matt Campbell. Maybe they throw the kitchen sink at Luke Fickell. I don't know. You get somebody like that. But instead, you're getting a tired old fullback offense, tired old Michigan Wolverines. We got to work harder. This short revenge tour. That's what you get. So I want to know, if you guys think it's crap, let me know what will UM's record be in the game in the next 5 years? You tell me. I'll tell you right now, I think they're 0-5. I can fathom somehow Ohio State has another slip up 1-4, but 0-5 seems right to me. And I think deep down in your heart of hearts, it seems right to you that all Jim Harbaugh did was reset the clock on his own failure. And you guys are going to buy it hook, line, and sinker. You heard it here first. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you next time. Remember, there's no such thing as boneless wings. As always, goodbye. God bless. And go Bucks.